I'm Dara Halpin and I'm the founder of Sheela. At Sheela, we're on a mission to empower you to take care of your pelvic floor health. Today's video is all about how to breathe with the pelvic floor. The basic principle of breathing is that we make space in our torso and the air rushes in to fill that space. We breathe out by squeezing that space that we've just made. The main muscle of breathing is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a sheet of dome-shaped muscle that runs across the torso at the base of our ribs, just under our lungs. When we breathe in, the diaphragm moves down, the lungs are stretched and air rushes in to fill up that space. When we breathe out, the diaphragm moves back up to its original position and the air is squeezed out. When the diaphragm moves down as we breathe in, it squashes our organs beneath it, so the muscles of the pelvic floor lengthen and relax, moving downwards to make room for those organs above. When we breathe out, the diaphragm moves back up and the pelvic floor contracts upwards and inwards as the air is squeezed out of the lungs. At least that's how it's supposed to work. Often when we're tense or stressed, our pelvic floor doesn't relax when we breathe in. And instead of breathing with our diaphragm, we try and breathe into our chest. Chest breathing looks a bit like this. We pull our stomachs in, inflate our chest and lift our shoulders. It feels like we're taking in a really big breath, but it's not nearly as efficient as belly breathing or breathing with the diaphragm. Chest breathing as a default means the muscles of your neck and chest are working harder to get you the oxygen that you need. That can make you feel more stressed and anxious. One of the best tools you can have to release stress is belly breathing. You can use this anytime, anywhere to help calm yourself, reduce stress and anxiety, improve your posture, and improve the flexibility in your pelvic floor. It's simple, it's relaxing, it's free, and the more you do it, the better you'll feel. Diaphragmatic or belly breathing is really simple, but all you need to do it correctly is to pay a little bit of attention of what's going on in your body. The easiest position for this is lying down on the floor with your knees bent. So if you want to feel it for yourself, pause the video, lie down, and then come back to me. So once you've found a nice, comfortable place to lie down, let's get organised. So you're going to want to put your feet on the floor and then help yourself get cosy, however best works for you. You want to have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. That's just going to help the small of your back relax into the ground so that your pelvis is nice and steady. Then you're going to snuggle your shoulder blades in and under your body, and that just helps the chest be open and then your arms are nice and relaxed. Take your left hand, place it on your abdomen here. So that's where your diaphragm is, just at the bottom of your ribs there. This hand is just going to help you realise that your belly is moving. And then your right hand, you're going to take it and pop it onto your chest. So the first thing to do is to start observing where you are. Just take a few breaths. Notice, what do you feel? Everybody is different. Everybody's going to have different breathing habits. Is there any tightness? Or is your right hand moving? Is your belly squeezing on the inhale or relaxing on the inhale? Just take a couple of minutes and notice what is normal for you. Now, we're going to start our belly breathing. Start just by breathing out. Squeezes our lungs a little bit and helps us with that releasing. But then when you take the breath in, just release your tummy, release the pelvic floor, and allow your rib cage to expand. So we're hoping that the rib cage is going to move in a 360 direction, so you feel your back broadening, the ribs moving out to the sides and a little bit up in the front here, but not the chest. So that's the ribs. The belly itself is going to inflate just a little. I'll show you again how that looks. And while the belly is inflating, you'll also feel the pelvic floor relaxing, lengthening and moving downwards. So let's try that inhale again. Breathe out. Relax and let the air come into your belly, the pelvic floor move down. Then, on the exhale, as you squeeze that air out of the body again, you're going to feel the tummy move back to its original position and the pelvic floor muscles move inwards and upwards to reset. So, let's try one more time. Inhaling, letting the belly inflate and the pelvic floor move down, and exhaling,
gentle squeeze as the belly and the pelvic floor return to their original position. All you're going for here is a nice relaxing, releasing, opening sensation in the in-breath, and then a gentle squeeze on the out-breath. Nothing too effortful. And this right hand here is just to ensure that the chest isn't moving up or getting involved in any way. Try about 10 deep breaths like this, a couple of times a day or a few times in your week, and you'll notice a big difference in your ability to feel calmer and to release those pelvic floor muscles.
Belly breathing is the best exercise for anyone with pelvic floor issues. There are no risks, and it really is good for everyone. That's it for this week. We hope you really liked this video. Do take a minute to like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's video with more helpful, practical, actionable hints and tips to help you take care of your pelvic floor. Thanks for watching.